All right, Barb, thank you. Well, Republic Airways Holdings is taking a unique approach to addressing the growing pilot shortage due to retirements and worldwide aviation growth. It is launching a Leadership in Flight Training Academy at Indianapolis International Airport. Will be the largest aviation training facility of its kind in the U.S. With its growth, the company plans to create more than 600 jobs over the next decade. Senior Vice President Matt Koscal is here now to explain how the LIFT Academy could in fact revolutionize pilot training. And Matt, welcome to the program.
Hey, thank you, Gary. It's a pleasure to be here.
Major announcement, major investment by Republic Airways in this training center. First of all, before we get into the details, talk about kind of the market dynamics out there and the need, the demand, and the potential shortage that's looming regarding pilots.
Yeah, we're actually just at the beginning of the shortage. We're short today, several hundred pilots, and we're a smaller airline. We have 500 fewer jobs in Indiana today than we did a few years ago because of this shortage. And the demand is only going to get increasingly more dramatic. Over the next decade, there's going to be 40,000 forced retirements in the aviation industry due to regulatory mandatory age 65 retirements. And quite frankly, we're just not attracting enough individuals to the industry to fill that gap. And we needed to come up with a solution that was bold and that overcame the barriers to entry that exist today to get more aspiring pilots into the market.
Let's talk about this training academy. As I mentioned, the largest of its kind in the country. A very intentional decision by Republic to attack this pilot shortage. Talk about the unique aspects of this facility.
Yeah, so first and foremost, it's going to be here at Indianapolis International Airport, very close to our main Part 121 commercial operations. And that will allow us to train aviators to the competencies that we need as a commercial airline. Today when individuals go into training programs, they could be training for a wide variety of aviation careers. But the skill sets that we need, the competencies, both technically and from a leadership standpoint, are much different in Republic's operations. And being able to train individuals from their first hour of flight to be ready to step into the cockpit of a commercial airliner is a unique proposition that we're going to bring to students here in Indianapolis. The second thing is we're going to address affordability. A lot of students don't have access to the funds to actually finance a flight training program. And the first thing we did was we knocked down the cost. This is something that we're not going to generate a profit off of. We're investing in this to generate the next workforce for our airline in the state of Indiana. So we'll deliver training at a cost that's significantly less than anyone else out there in the market. We'll also make sure that any individual who has the skill and the will to be in the cockpit has access to financing and line up that financing for them.
Well, let's talk about your potential pool of students, because there are several kind of buckets, if you will, of from former military on down who could be students at this academy.
No, you're exactly right. So starting with the men and women who serve our country and then come back looking for what's that next step in their career after serving us and that sacrifice. Aviation and the flight cockpit is a great place for them to look if they've got the competencies and the desire. And we'll be able to present a program that in 2 years puts them into the commercial flight seat of the Republic Airways jet. And we'll be able to do that at a very affordable cost with sponsorship available for all those candidates. We also look at folks who are underemployed today and individuals looking at career changes. This is a great opportunity for those individuals looking at the next step in their career to consider aviation. And then lastly, the population that we really need to get interested in aviation is our future generation. Yeah. There's not enough investment in high schools and into elementary schools to get them interested in a career in aviation, and we'll make those investments as well as opening up the door to access for funding and access.
Vincennes University President Chuck Johnson was on an earlier segment on the show this week, and I know Vincennes is a key partner continues to be a key partner with the airline, right?
They are. We've got a decade-long relationship with Vincennes, and they're great partners and they're leaders in aviation technology training. And we just announced today at our press event that we're strengthening that relationship, and we're going to enter into a long-term exclusive relationship with Vincennes, where Vincennes flight students beginning next year will be able to train at LIFT Academy, and LIFT Academy students will be able to access Vincennes to supplement and augment their LIFT certificate certificate with an associate's degree from Vincennes.
Major news, and again, one more aspect of the state's growing aviation focus in the state. Matt Koscal is Senior VP with Republic Airways Holdings. A brand new training academy will lift off this fall, correct?
This fall, September is the first class. Enrollment is open. We're taking applications online, and we look forward to coming back and talking about the progress in the future months.
We'll look forward to it as well, Matt. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
And a reminder, all of our Eye on Education segments can be found at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. And if you have an interesting story idea, please send it to segment producer Tara Twig at ttwig@growindiana.net.